Greetings, welcome back. It's been a little bit, and last time we did something like this was with Elaine and Tristan from Blind. But now that we're in the new house, new people, new folks, new people to expose to heavy fucking music, for a little bit of background, welcome back to the Sean Cross channel, of course. But tonight it's going to be Signs of the Swarm, Amongst the Low and Empty, and then Tower of Torsos, because I've already listened to this track and then the recording failed, unfortunately. So we're going to go ahead and dig into this. We're going to go ahead and listen to some heavy fucking music. For a little bit of background for the both of you, this is a band in which I've hosted their vocalist on the podcast before. It was one of my OG episodes. But this is definitely like a heavier, kind of almost like Matrix C digital band, but they are like known for being heavy as shit, and they're also known for being like super stoners and shit. So it kind of adds to the aesthetic. But yeah, be sure everybody to go follow the playlist on Spotify. Go check out the Crosscore Patreon. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the music. I smile at the dead. There we go. Sick. Just like it was at the concert, y'all right?
The one where I almost got trampled and thrown in the middle of a ring. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun.
Sword. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Okay.
After once they're done,
sick. Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, shit. Yes. Right.
You have now been poisoned by the wrong blood type.
Well, I think that's from just like their last album, Alcivere. Like they're just continuing the theme where it's worth. Yeah. This is the title track for their upcoming album.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe. I don't know. All I know is there's some location over in Pittsburgh. Yeah, that's a good question, actually.
That's the vibe that I'm getting from it.
Yeah. Yeah.
In the hospital guard.
Right. So yeah, like speaking on behalf of the title track for the upcoming record, like I think they continued off of a small lyrical stanza from the last record, and they're like, that just sounds sick. And they do a lot of like in-depth lyrical work too, but for the most part, it's just like talking about things that are going on at the time. They had
the knife.
Yeah.
Which could have symbolized murder.
Right.
Maybe it could have been someone proclaiming insanity or whatever the hell.
Yeah, possibly. Like, I'll go ahead and actually.
The blood transfusion though.
Right. Yeah, I know. That's fine. Let's see. Yeah, people can see my emails. I'm not Hillary Clinton, where I'm afraid for people to see my emails. Okay, so, quote, amongst alone empty is more of just a title. It's also a feeling or state of mind. The phrase first came up in the lyrics of our album Al Severe and became a driving force for our band ever since. When it came for us to enter the studio with Josh Schroeder last November, the low and empty resonated in a very special way with the band. We had just completed well over a year of non-stop worldwide touring and had to finalize an album we barely had time to wrap our heads around. We were literally low energy and feeling empty of ideas. Quote, I still marvel at what we pulled off primarily in under a month, with parentheses, with a few extra days later to add to the album's penultimate closing duo. Quote, if it weren't for the ideas flying around Josh's special studio, that time could have kept me feeling low and empty. I was very alone, locked away in writing the music. We'd only come in with somewhere between 4 to 5 songs, with the only break from my strained and drained thoughts and ideas of visits from Schroeder to check in and add in his genius. And apparently their newer member, one of their newer members, because they've had a lot of member changes. Their newest guy, Michael, I think he's the new bassist. David's the singer. David and Michael wrote the lyrics in another room, with the prose spewed forth, balancing the beauty and beast meter with Dave's recognizably rabid voice, bringing it back to the signs of the signs. When I had pushed our sound boundaries, I'd always ask myself, how can we make this moment feel beautiful and terrifying at the same time? Fortunately, the lyrics grace contrasted gnarly subject matter to achieve and elevate that goal. It's kind of like the art of the albums, serenely calming yet brutal when you truly take it in, inverted, or brutally inverted when you take it in. Musically, we're brutal up front with the beauty underlying. So that's just a little small excerpt, as you can see from the rest of what's going on here. But that was just the first title track. I have a feeling I should have had it like a little bid louder, and we could have been a little bit more focused on the song. But I think the commentary also made it a little bit more organic for the session itself. What'd you guys think of the song? I mean, you guys had plenty to say, really.
Yeah. This isn't music that I normally listen to, but I felt like I was very enraptured by what was going on with the music video itself, and it just kept making me want to try and understand what they were saying in their lyrics. That's why I asked you what was the basis of the song and things like that. So I think it was very interesting, and I was very excited to see their new and upcoming album.
Yeah, and the thing is, too, we still got one to check out, so this is going to be a double feature, folks, because I have not listened to Tower of Torsos, and I was meaning to have Elaine and Tristan sit down and record for this, but, well, I moved a couple cities away, and we're just, getting life kick-started over here now. So it's a great new chapter, it's a great new opportunity, and it's truly somewhere that I'm settling in now and getting ready for this new part of our life. So it's...
Want to give them the house update while we're at it? We set up our whole fucking living room.
Yeah.
And there's a freaking divot in the living room, so they come in, they're like, oh yeah, we just forgot some padding. So, we can move this monster.
The padding was deflated.
And all that stuff. As we already set it up along with my new Xbox X, and Mr. Sean Cross here is about his PS5. Congrats to him.
Yeah! Took me way too long.
It
matches the channel, people.
We're going to enjoy this session with him.
Yeah.
He's going to be stuck with us for a year and a half, and this is my newly bewedded.
Yes. Yeah, we're making big steps in life, or at least they are for sure.
Hey,
I'm working on it now.
You're with us
yeah,
finally.
exactly.
It took us only a year and a half.
Only a year and a half. Only.
I haven't seen nothing but fucking smiles since he walked into this house. All the dumb jokes we can say.
Exactly, man.
I hate the heat. But you know, we're getting there.
We're getting there for sure.
Little local pigeon problem. We might accidentally formulate a JFK plan for our little feathered fuglies out there.
I'm telling you, get those salto gun things. You just put some salt in them and go pew, and the salt goes flying.
Yeah.
It'll knock them in the head. Good enough.
Like a freaking oil filter suppressor, like Modern Warfare, and just.
But that was just the title track for what is going to be this new album coming out in, I think, either July or September. And I mean, I'll show you guys like the physical options for this album, but I love the blue theme, and the album cover is pretty cool too. But let's go ahead and jump over to Tower of Torsos. We'll see you guys there. Let's go ahead and do Tower of Torsos now. This is brand new for me, people. Okay. I'm so excited for this.
Hey, it's brand
green
new.
logo. Ooh, I like that. Yeah. Nope. Just hearing it now. Oh. Oh. More genty. That means it's just like complicated. The time signatures are just like weird. Oh. Oh, it got slower. Oh, that's a head. That's some head. Oh. A Sigma serial killer. It's all about families' carcasses. I like that he's more articulated than this. You can hear a lot more of what he's saying when I'm not fucking talking.
That I've noticed so far, I've been able to understand 90% of what he's saying.
That's the next step in our culture. Subtitles.
Right?
He needs some of that Dr. Squatch. Oh, bring it, bring it, bring it. Smack me in the fucking face, bro. After the video.
Oh, someone's alive. That or...
Oh, the chirp. Oh, that's it. What the fuck? Okay.
So either someone's alive or that was a demon.
So dude.
That's very interesting.
Meaty. That's that good old freaking Angus beef, as we used to call it back in the day. Meaty.
There too. He sat under the tree when it was raining. He's like, you know, we're starting to regret life, so maybe it's inner demon?
Maybe. And like that's a very important thing to notice too, is like I think that's what they were talking about.
Like he's finally seeing what he's done. He's like,
oh no, I fucked up.
Or he's freaking Bartholomew the demon is coming back for his contract. He's like, all right, give me your balls.
Let's see. I am endless circle. I am eternal. I am decay. I am rot. This new divinity separates me from maggots and flies. Limbs construct my monolith. Severed hands reach a darkening sky. Behold the terror, bodies defiled, nobody safe. Yeah, I mean,
that sounds a lot more like a demon is coming back to reclaim the payment.
Maybe. That'd be interesting.
The soul that claimed the payment.
Right. That would be that'd be pretty interesting.
It sounds like he's also taking pride in everything that he's done.
Right.
And making it boastful.
Yeah.
Like, I am now a god. I am your god, and you will obey me. But then at the end, you see that hand coming from the dirt right next to where all the Tower of Torsos was, which is very interesting, because that could mean that's his inner demons. It could be his, I guess, the... Like,
alter ego or some sort.
His alter ego, or his insecurities of his self-worth coming back to fight him.
Right.
Now that he's finally conquered everybody, that what it seems as were against him are now, all of those people are in his head now and coming back to bite him in the ass.
Yeah, I mean, you think of like a whole bunch of different soldiers, like whether they, like veterans, veterans that have been active duty and like actually in the field, because you're getting pretty close to that for sure. Not anytime soon, but one day it could happen, and that's just what we got to keep in mind. But you think of those people who like went to Vietnam or even World War II, like all of the people that they had to off per se to be YouTube friendly, because apparently they don't like they don't like the defining words. It's kind of goofy, like lots of censorship going on, but
just because of specific trigger warnings.
That's true, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Just because for some people, even just the word can send them into flashbacks.
Yeah.
And they can have terror breakdowns.
We go back in time and we remember the words. Remember no Russian.
Yeah.
And now it's not the same nowadays. It's the same thing with military shit.
Right.
It's like a good example. No one fucking knows it. Back in Operation, I think it's Iraqi Freedom.
Yeah.
The Highway to Hell, And they didn't show the footage of that really. No one really knew about it.
Mm-hmm.
Essentially, so it's like Tower of Torsos, but they, that wasn't napalm. It was their white phosphorus is what the Iraqis used on their civilians.
Oh, really?
Miles,
Yep.
Oh, damn.
Just
yeah.
for the
And
possibility
then, it's
of
nowadays, too. I mean, like, you don't see as much of it. Sure, you see images like, we'll say Ukraine and stuff like that. We're not trying to get political on this, but like...
No. It's not political. It's war. Like, that's just what happens.
Yeah, I mean, like,
no politics involved.
Like Russia and Ukraine nowadays, it's like, Russia was like superpower.
Yeah.
They came in, and they got, obviously they have NATO backing and all that stuff, but I mean, they're getting wiped by a smaller country.
And then they bathed Bakhmut in white phosphorus recently. That was insane.
It's technically, I mean, it's not a war crime, but it can get there.
Yeah.
If they weren't too far off from it.
Right, exactly.
One more step and it would have been.
Yeah, and that's just like keeping an awareness of that and keeping people open to that and just like not completely blocking it off in life, I think is really important. And if it's concentrated into some of the heaviest and wackendos if it's compacted into the most like you can't really hear what they're saying because it's almost like an accent, but it's there, like the ferocity, the heaviness is there, then that's all the same. Like it's very important to bring that to the forefront and say, hey, life ain't pretty, bro, but at least there are plenty of people like good old Cole over here who are trying to make sure that their world is a safer place. So with that being said, I think that's a great way to wrap up what is a 2-part Breeaction here on the Sean Cross channel. Checking out Signs of the Swarm, and I swear if the audio for this cuts out, like the freaking music audio, I'm gonna lose my shit. But that's besides the point. Thank you guys for joining me for one video. Hopefully this will be one of many in the near future as I'm exposing you guys to some of the most audacious, heavy music in the music world. Audacious, yes. You're very. She's right, people. She's right. Caveman for sure.
To a fucking prep school for high school.
But
well, that's why I'm smarter than both of you. What the fuck? Why do you think I chose the life of a housewife? Listen, I've got goals in life.
Linda, listen. Linda, listen. But just like the great Eternal Music Machine, I shall keep cranking. Plenty of content coming to you guys just tomorrow on Friday, June 16th. But we will see you next time, and thank you for stopping by.